How do I identify and make understandable the essential concepts of the curriculum? The intent of this video is to demonstrate how abstract concepts can be conveyed through visuals. The first 12 pictures are related to the predator-prey unit shown in the handout you downloaded. You could reference the big ideas in the handout to see how these pictures support the concepts in that unit. The first big idea of the predator-prey unit is that living things all need food, water, shelter, and a suitable place to live. Multilingual students will know food and water, but the words shelter and suitable may be unfamiliar. Here's a drawing that shows shelter for 3 living things and then breaks down the idea of shelter into 3 purposes: comfort, storage, and protection. Notice how many ideas are combined in this one visual. These images are not elegantly drawn, nor did they take hours to design. And while they were designed with the needs of second language learners in mind, they would certainly be of benefit to all the students in a classroom. Suitable can be demonstrated through pictures that contrast suitable with unsuitable. Notice how the pictures begin by activating common knowledge, a suitable arrangement of a room, and then tie into the predator-prey unit by showing what is unsuitable for one animal may be suitable for another. At the top and bottom left, all of the elements are there, but the boy can't reach his food. In the picture on the right, the elements are suitably arranged. This slide, showing habitat, is a natural segue into discussing suitable places for animals to live. Remember that the visuals don't automatically represent the concept. It is in the discussion and in the acting out. For example, the line between the ducks represents space, a vital component of habitat. The remaining pictures depict additional abstract concepts, some of which are related to the big ideas of the predator-prey unit, such as this slide on carrying capacity, a term used in ecology to represent a balance between the number of animals and the available habitat components. And this slide showing animals eating and being eaten. Think about the types of pictures being presented. This one demonstrates a process shown over time. Taken together, these 3 images represent the concept of decomposition, an essential understanding in ecology and earth science. The deer dies, and as other animals eat parts of it, it begins to decompose, and the bones remain. The third picture demonstrates that the deer's body has provided nutrients to the soil so that plants may grow and other animals thrive. This picture is a colored sketch that clearly shows a comparison. This is also a sketch providing a comparison, and the wealth of details gives students clues about the meaning of the word interactions. This sketch of interdependence includes terms students might not know, such as pollination, while this picture combines clip art and sketching to communicate a large concept that is hard to explain without visuals. Think about the conventions we use in visuals to convey movement, or the passage of time. This discipline report conveys important information for parents who may not read English. Safety posters are common examples of nonverbal communication. This and the following 2 slides are good examples of using multiple images to embody a concept. For example, the impact of development on an area. It could as easily be change over time. It all depends on how the image is used and discussed with the students. Students can use inference skills to divine a term based on the visuals. This image uses multiple examples within a poster to get at the nuances of a concept. Things can vary along many dimensions, including size, shape, detail, and number. So, at the top left there are 4 squares, but they vary in the number of dots they have. They are all shapes, but they vary in what kind. Here's another poster using multiple examples. This image addresses higher-order thinking skills by asking students to see relationships along multiple dimensions. What looks like an M is actually the golden arches of McDonald's and its relationship to milk, cows, food wrappers, and money. Although created for a chemistry lesson, this picture could be used to build vocabulary related to home life. Photographs can convey information. This is an example of how adding text to visuals, in this case the names of the sports, can help students connect the content to the language used to talk about it. Even in a subject that is fairly hands-on like physical education, teachers can and should use visual images to support students' learning about the vocabulary and the procedures. Notice also that students figure prominently in the pictures, making them more engaging for the learners. Another great example of how adding visuals provides the context for the words that might not yet be comprehensible to bilingual learners. Labeled drawings also convey information. There are many words here that would be new to both native English speakers and bilingual learners, and the visuals can help both groups make the connections. Here is another example of a content word wall. Another way to create a content word wall is to create a grid that organizes the words more predictably. In this case, the students created the visuals on the poster. This classroom display is an excellent example of using visuals, word walls, and text with different levels of support to represent the big ideas of the unit and to reach all students in the classroom. This is an enlarged image from the previous word wall. Teachers can also connect visuals with text and color-coded keywords to make them stand out, which is much easier to understand than standalone text like this. Continue now to Activity 3 and Explore, and then on to the Make It Work options.